This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Amberlynn Reid. Woo! I needed to put a video up today, and Amber came in clutch. Thanks, Amber. Yeah, so before we get too far into this, though, I do want to share something with everybody. This is Ida. Ida is our sponsor kitty from the Beagle Freedom Project. They rescued, I don't know, a warehouse full of cats that were being used for experimentation. Ida is one of them. And for the 8K celebration, I sponsored her. She does not live with me. She is a sponsor cat. I have 3 of my own. But Ida is being fostered somewhere, and isn't she beautiful? Look how pretty she is. Look at that face. Just the expression on her face is just so perfect. And she's a cinnamon roll swirl tabby. I love her little toes. Oh my god, she's adorable. Anyway, we sponsored Ida for the 8K, and I just got information about her last week, and I posted it on the community channel. And there you go. I want to see if I can find out if Ida has, like, a mailbox that we can send stuff to. Because, I don't know, I'd like to send her, like, I don't know, cat treats or, you know, catnip or toys or stuff like that. Things that I would buy my own cat, you know? So, and I also thought if there was, like, a P.O. box, it'd be fun to share it with you guys. Because in case anybody else wanted to send her, like, cat stuff. But, yeah, this is the channel's cat. Congratulations. It's an Ida. And I think she's, like... she's somewhere between 2 and 4 years old, I think. And yeah, there you go. Isn't she beautiful? She's just a gorgeous cat. I should be getting more pictures as the year goes on, and I guess into next year. I don't know if she's fostered or if she's in a home, like a forever home. I'm hoping she's in a forever home, but if she's fostered, I don't know what happens if she gets adopted, or like, am I no longer sponsoring her? Do we get a new cat? I don't know what's going on. I guess we'll find out when we cross that bridge. Until then, everybody, please say hi to Ida. Hello, baby. She's so precious. All right, back to Amber. All right, so this video is about 20 minutes old. Like I said, I needed to put a video up today. I was kind of working on a paranormal video, and this popped up instead. So here we are. And there's that. Today is November the 11th. There's no way to know when this was recorded in real time. I'm sure we'll find out. I have not watched it yet, so this reaction is going to be mostly cold. Welcome back to my living room. I am feeling better, but I'm not at 100% still. I don't know what the hell I caught, but it like went away and it came back, and then it went away and then it came back. So here we are. And Amber is still apparently sitting in 2 chairs. Something has changed, because in the last video there was just the one chain strap, and now there's some white or black strap back here, and one of my least favorite shirts of hers. So here we are. All right, I am going to speed her up. Sure am. There we go. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. I'm almost to 10K. I think that's amazing. I don't know what I'll do for 10K. Somebody suggested sponsoring another cat. If you guys are cool with that, I'm down with it too. So we might have 2 sponsor kitties. I don't know what else I could do. So there's that. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. Pity me, I'm sick. And that's pretty much all I've got. So without further ado,
hello, welcome to a new video. So in this video, we're gonna do like assumptions about me. I have done a video like this before.
We do that in every video.
I've done quite a few. This was a popular thing that like YouTubers did years ago, but like sometimes I like to bring back the old stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's what this video is. I went onto Instagram and I was like, y'all, send me assumptions. Like, what do you assume about me? I need to know. So
sometimes I run out of things to make videos about, so I just fall back on shit that's a decade or more old.
let me either clarify, deny, or admit. So let's get into it. You currently have cellulitis, and that is why you are not filming. No, that is not true. I haven't had cellulitis for months, thankfully. I told you guys
She tells on herself so much. I haven't had cellulitis in months. So you have had cellulitis recently?
That I originally stopped filming because I just wanted a break. I wanted to spend time with Tommy. Plus, this time of year, I always get in this weird, like, depressive state, and I do come out of it. So that's like the thing where it's like I was holding on to that. I was like, I'm gonna come out of it. I want to enjoy my time with Tommy. I also just like don't want to film. There's just been like a lot.
I believe her when she says she doesn't want to film. I have a long-standing assumption that Amber doesn't want to do YouTube anymore, but she's stuck because what else is she going to do?
That's been going on within like my life and within YouTube, and I'm like, I just don't want to film. I'm so happy in my relationship. I realized how like so much of YouTube like literally made me unhappy. So coming
Literally, we're doubling down on literally. Literally. I don't tend to make fun of the way people pronounce things, mainly because you never know. It could be an accent, could be regional, could be one of those things where you've always seen the word, but you've never heard the word pronounced. One of those kind of situations. Amber purposefully mispronounces words, and she purposefully changes the way that she says words over time because she either thinks it's cute or she's trying to adopt the new lingo that the children are using. It's just another one of the ways that she tries to mimic and mirror the people that she's around the most. She's probably picked literally up from TikTok because that's where she lives right now. And she thinks she's a 13-year-old girl. So here we are.
from like the high and the happiness and just like, wow, just like feeling light and free in my normal everyday life. And then all of a sudden, like every time I go on YouTube, there's just new rumors and there's this and there's that happening and I'm harassed and it's just a lot. Normally,
that's your everyday. What is new? What's different?
when something or someone is in your life and it doesn't give you anything good in your life, it makes you unhappy. Usually you get rid of that. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like YouTube has not been making me happy. Like we could talk more.
No. I would never have assumed that.
More about that because one of the assumptions is YouTube related, and so I don't want to like get into like full detail right now, but it's just like the subject of YouTube is really heavy for me lately and it doesn't make me feel good.
Is it heavy on your chest?
So it was easier for me to just be like, this doesn't suit me right now. This isn't suiting my happiness that I'm currently experiencing, so I don't want it in my life anymore. So it was very easy for me to be like, all right, I'm gonna take a break and take a step back. Next assumption.
And then I was like, oh my God, I still have to pay bills and I need money. And the only way I can make money is by making YouTube videos. Gosh darn it, I guess I'll go back to YouTube.
Is Tommy is only allowing you to film in that one spot in her house, which is right here, as you guys can see. No, she gave me the freedom to film literally anywhere, but I have chosen to do it here. This is actually the dining room. This is perfect.
Literally is going to be the new hectic. She uses both words incorrectly, so I'm not entirely sure which one of them irritates me more. I'm going to say they both irritate me equally. It's just right now we're dealing with literally and not hectic, so there you have it.
Perfect because my tripod sits on the table. I have a chair to sit on. In my opinion, it's really good lighting. Since I haven't been vlogging, I have not found a reason to film anywhere else in the house, but she said I can film anywhere. Next assumption is you tend to assume that most people are against you. I have my moments where I'm like, everyone loves me, I'm great. And then I have my moments where I'm like, everyone is against me and I'm fully hated. But there is a
we are against you.
Gray area. I do know that there are a large amount of people who do support me and like me and love me, just like as a person or as a YouTuber, whatever it may be. And then I do know that there is a portion of people who really, really strongly dislike me. So I'm able to see the gray area, but sometimes it's hard for me to find. Next assumption,
you dwell too much on the negative. Like you dwell way too much on the people who don't like you because she's right. There's a large number of people who don't like her.
Blame everyone else for your obesity. No, like I am fully aware that my size is ultimately my fault. And yes, there are things that caused me to be this size, but it's like my fault that I haven't gotten those things fixed. Like that's in my hands. Like, yes, being fat isn't like, oh my God, I chose to be this way. No.
Yes.
I did choose or unchoose or not choose to actually get help for the reasons why I'm fat, if that makes sense. It's no one else's fault. Something that my mom actually, for majority of my life, she struggled with was blaming herself for my weight. And I'm fully also aware of the fact of why she does that, like why she blames herself, because I had a really bad childhood and I turned to food as comfort. My mom blames herself and I'm just constantly like, Mom, this is not your fault. It's okay. So I have to.
Why are you bringing your mom into this? Why? There was no need. So why are you bringing your mom into this? That's a weird segue.
Like kind of talk her down from that thought. But yeah, what I choose to eat is what I.
Such a martyr. I had to talk my mom down from that thought that she was responsible for me being the size I am. Normally, I would say like parents are responsible for their obese children, but Amber has a unique to her situation in that she was in foster care a good chunk of her life, her young life. So it's not that it was any one particular adult's fault in her life that she was an overweight kid, because she was always big. It's kind of like a collective failure that she is this large, and she is right. She learned to cope with food, and apparently that was just encouraged and or ignored in the various foster homes and places that she went during as a child. So it's like, normally I would fall back on, yeah, your 300-pound kid is kind of your fault as the parent, but in this kind of a situation, I don't think there's any one individual adult who is at fault. I think it's just the collective system as a whole is at fault for her.
I choose to eat. What I choose not to eat is what I choose not to eat. My weight will never be anyone else's fault but my own. Next assumption is you're engaged. No, I'm not. Next, you subconsciously are attracted to men. No, I am not attracted to men, but there are guys where you can look at them and just know, like, oh, that's an attractive guy. In the same way of like a gay man can look at a girl and be like, oh, that's an attractive girl. Or like a straight female can look at another straight female and be like, oh, that's an attractive female. Like there's a spectrum.
No, that immediately makes you bi. Those are the rules. It's funny because we were just having this discussion in one of the discords I'm in about how like you the individual may not find a particular man attractive, but it's you know that he is aesthetically attractive, if that makes sense. Like he's attractive in all of the right ways for society to decide he's attractive, but you the individual may not find him attractive. So it's interesting that we were just talking about that because it's basically what she just got done saying. So
like there is a difference between being attracted to someone but knowing that someone is attractive. Even as a lesbian, I can look at another woman and be like, oh, she's really pretty, but that doesn't mean that I'm attracted to her. I'm fully lesbian, so that's that. You weighed over 600 pounds at one point and don't want to admit it. I have never seen 600 pounds on the scale.
That doesn't mean you weren't over 600 pounds. You can sit here and play your little word game all you want. I never looked at the scale and saw it go up to 600 pounds. That doesn't mean you weren't 600 pounds. And I think you damn well know you were 600 pounds, or at least over 600 pounds at one point. So, I mean, you can do your little dance all you want to do, but you were over 600 pounds. Everybody knows it. You know it. We know it. Just let it go.
You guys know. We can all say it together. My highest weight was 572.4. And that's like my knowest highest weight that I like physically saw myself.
I like that she's making fun of herself for her stupid miswordings. This is one of those things. Knowest. I don't think that's a mimicking thing. That's an Amberism, if we will. I don't exactly know why she talks like this. I think part of it is just her mouth starts moving faster than her brain, and she doesn't take a minute to like think about it, because most people know that it's not knowest, it's known, my highest known weight. But she gets going so fast and she won't go back and correct herself. A lot of people like to point out that it's like, you know, Amberlynn and her 140 IQ or whatever that is. Whatever her IQ is supposed to be. I will go out on a limb. I will go out and say, like, your IQ can be 170 and you can still misspeak. You know, you might still not have a full grasp of whatever language, your native language or English. So those kind of things are not really markers of intelligence. It's more for me, for her, a marker of she's just talking faster than she thinks. And so she just kind of grabs at whatever word pops into her mind at the time, and she doesn't think about knowest is not a word. Is it even like a medieval word? It feels like it could have been a word at some point, but it's not a word today, so.
Myself, but I'm telling you, I go back and look at older videos and I looked so much bigger than I do now. Like, I'm fully aware that I am really, really large and in charge, but that was weird.
In charge is up for debate, but here we are.
I'm fully aware that I am very big, but like I used to be bigger, and that's obvious. And I look back at that and I'm like, whoa, like
I'm gonna say something and it's gonna get me in a lot of trouble, and I don't know, but right here in this particular clip that she used, she looks a lot like another individual who has recently entered Girl World, who was very adamant about how she did not look like Amberlynn. And it's like, unfortunately in this clip, now this is an older clip of Amber's, so, and this person is a newer person in the Girl World, so.
fully aware that I am very big, but like I used to be bigger, and that's obvious. And I look back.
I like them big. I like them. I don't actually. Hi, Bobby. How are you doing? Please don't step on my food. No. 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 No.
Back at that and I'm like, whoa, like I had to have been bigger. It just, I don't know, it's not making sense. I've always been honest about my weight, so if I was ever bigger than 572.4 and I knew it, you guys would know too. Next assumption is your body hurts all of.
Are you making me biscuits? Are you making me biscuits? Are you? Huh? Yes. You see my big messy living room. You're making me biscuit. Oh, and you're purring for me. What all can you see? You can see my wreath, you can see my pictures, you can see my candy tins, you can see my cat's butt. What else is there? What is that? Oh, it's a computer screen. You can see the back of my head. There you go. You know how you always think your house is super cluttered, and then you got to look at it from somebody else's point of view, and you're like, oh, well, maybe my house isn't that bad. I don't know.
Of the time, honestly, no. And I think it's just because like I'm used to the uncomfortability, if that's a word,
Still not a word.
of my size, because it's like my normal
Uncomfortableness.
baseline. But I will say, because Tommy has lots of stairs in her home and I be using them daily, I am up and down them stairs easily at least 15 times a day, because it's like she has multiple floors, everything is on a different floor, so my knees, I'm not gonna lie, have been hurting so bad. And it's just because
you're almost 600 pounds and you're going up and down the stairs. What has she got, like a tri-level or something? Like a tri-level house? One of those like weird houses where the floors are not completely separate. I don't know. If you know what a tri-level is, you know what I'm talking about. Or does she have like a 3-story house? Or does she live in like a 5-story mansion?
Because it's like my body is not used to stairs. I have not had to use stairs like that daily, multiple times a day. I don't think ever in my life. When I lived in Virginia, I had to, but that was like 8 years ago, and I was a lot smaller then, a lot younger then, a lot more stamina was there. My knee muscles.
You're 33. You shouldn't be breaking down at 33.
They be hurting, I'm not gonna lie. Like, some days I'm like, oh my god, it hurts to just stand, but I think I just have to build on those muscles, and that's okay. That's mainly the pain that I've been feeling, but I think there is like an uncomfortability that I have to my body that I am
uncomfortableness
just used to, that I can tell goes away when I lose large chunks of weight. Large chunks of weight. Does that make sense? I can tell.
No, because you've never lost a large chunk of weight, so there. Couple things. Amber says the right things, like, oh, my weight is my fault. okay, but I don't think you really understand that the weight is your fault. And she's like, oh, my knees and my ankles hurt because I have to walk up and down the stairs. Your knees and your ankles hurt because you're 600 pounds and you're walking up and down the stairs. It's not a matter of building muscle. It's still gonna hurt. You're carrying 2 extra people on your body, maybe 3 extra people on your body at all times. It doesn't matter if your muscles are strong. It's hard on your body. And so this, in her uncomfortability, I don't think she understands that the weight is causing the pain. And then the uncomfortability. The other thing Amber does is after she makes up a word, she doubles down on it. And I can't tell if it's because she thinks it's a cute word, because she used to pronounce buffet, and she admitted that she pronounced buffet the way that she did because she thought it was cute. Whatever. It's like Target versus Target, you know? But I can't tell when she doubles down on these mispronounced words if she actually thinks that is the right word, kind of like the G-Wagon thing, or if she thinks it's cute. She knows it's the wrong word, but now she thinks it's a cute little word to say, and she thinks it makes her quirky to be mispronouncing a word on the regular.
Tell there's a certain uncomfortability that does go away when I lose a large chunk of weight, because I feel it. And then when I feel it, I'm like, whoa, I didn't even realize like that was an issue or that was a problem or that was uncomfortable at the time, because you get so used to it. It's like a baseline type of thing. You're a pillow princess. I actually am definitely a switch. I love to
Stop asking her questions about her sex life.
Smaller than you actually are. Yes, sometimes. I think I really do struggle with body image problems, obviously, like body dysmorphia.
No shit.
Don't realize how big I am until like I see a certain angle of like a photo taken of me or a video taken.
Or I can't fit in the shower, or I have to sit in 2 chairs at the dining room table because my ass is too big for one.
Taken of me, and I see it and I'm like, whoa, like, because I don't realize it like at all. Like I'm sitting here and I only see like parts of my body. I never really see myself in certain sort of like everyday angles unless someone's like taking a picture or a video or something, and I don't mind that. But it doesn't take away the fact that I literally am like jaw to the floor when I see how big I am. I definitely have some sort of like body dysmorphia when it comes to that. And I've been very open about that over the years because I've always struggled with like truly not realizing how big I am. And it's frustrating because it's like if I processed like in my brain how big I was, I think maybe it would be easier for me to like stick to a diet and actually stick to a weight loss plan.
I'm trying to decide how much of this I actually believe. It is more than evident that Amber has no idea how big she actually is, because she catches herself off guard sometimes with her own size. And, you know, the few times where we've seen clandestine pictures of her outside of the house and it's a full body shot. When she sees that, she always says something where she's like, wow, I didn't know I was that big. She always admits that she doesn't realize how big she is. But her saying, if I did realize how big I was, then I would probably be able to stick to a diet. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I do think the self-denial, or the delusion that she is smaller than she is, makes her think that she has more time than she does to like get healthy or something. But I don't think she would necessarily stick to a diet better if she understood how big she was, because it's the lack of discipline and the lack of stick-to-itiveness that's the reason why she's as big as she is. It's not the denial and the delusion.
But body dysmorphia is one of those things where it's like your brain absolutely plays tricks on you. And I also think a big thing is like I've been big my whole life. I've always been big. 11, I was 290. I reached 420 at the age of 16. Like I've always been massive. So it's like what I'm used to. I've always looked in the mirror and seen my body. Like I don't like what I see by no means, but I'm used to it. So maybe it's like I'm almost like blind to it in a way.
I can see that. I also think that's one of the driving reasons why she has no actual interest in losing weight, because this is her default. Her default has always been big. She's always been big, and it's part of her identity. She has no idea what it's like to not be 200 to 300 pounds heavier than she should be. She doesn't know what it's like to not be overweight. So working towards that goal for her is like a leap of faith in a way, because she doesn't know what it's going to be like when she finally does lose the weight, because she's never had it before. But she does know what it's like to be fat and to be overweight and to be obese, because she's always been those. So it's the devil I know versus the devil I don't kind of a thing.
Problems with your mom? No, not at all. Again, it's just like the rumors are crazy. A lot of people think me and my mom aren't speaking. My mom's mad at me. No, nothing like that. Like, me and my mom talk all the time. I do miss my mom, and I know she.
Okay, saying me and my mom talk all the time and then having that real hard jump there. Maybe she had a coughing fit. Maybe she sneezed. Maybe she stubbed her toe. I don't know. That was a very suspicious jump, especially with your eyes being squirrely like this while you're trying to convince us that you're not having issues with your mom.
Misses me, and we make sure to tell each other all the time, but like, there is nothing going on with me and my mom. Like, those rumors, completely false. Next assumption is you feel like you can't win with the haters. Yes, their mind is made up and there's no changing it. Even with proof, sometimes even with receipts, there is no changing it. You're one of the many women who had BPD misdiagnosed as bipolar. Yes. Next assumption is you lack this.
I like how you can always tell which comments she thinks she's got a got you on, or she doesn't want to go too deep into. This being one of those moments where she's got a got you. Someone has given her an out for her. What happened to your bipolar? Because that's a lot of people have been asking. So what happened to your 19 million other disorders that you were diagnosed with before you got your BPD diagnosis? And one of those was bipolar, which Amber used to refer to her bipolar as BPD. So for a long time, she was saying she had bipolar, but she would call it BPD. That those aren't the initials for bipolar. But then she got an actual diagnosis for BPD. So now she's using the letters correctly. Anyway, this was a gotcha moment for her, because the assumption is you are one of the many women who was diagnosed with bipolarism when you really had BPD. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah.
Next assumption is you lack discipline. I do. Next assumption is you bailed your urologist appointment. No, I did not. When I did have that appointment and when all of that kidney stuff was happening, since it's a unobstructing or non-obstructing kidney stone, means it's not traveling. It's like in my kidney and it's chilling. So they said that if I stopped having symptoms completely for weeks, then there was no reason to go to a urologist, because there was nothing they could really do about it, because a lot of
This is one of her making shit up sounds.
people have non-obstructing kidney
And if you notice, she's hanging out down here.
stones and they don't even know it. And I haven't had symptoms in easily 2 months plus. You'll never be able to go to a Billie Eilish concert because of your size. Not a thing. You've had a threesome before.
It's not a thing because you don't plan to ever go to a Billie Eilish concert. It's not a thing because you think you could fit in one of the stadium seats, which I promise you cannot. It's not a thing because Billie Eilish Like the Moon does not actually exist, so there are no concerts to actually go to. I'm not letting the moon go.
A threesome before. I haven't, no. I mean, one time when I was 15, this guy and his cousin, there was some things, but I was 15, so we'll just like move on from that, but we're gonna erase that from my memory. But since then, no. I assume
Amber likes to make this shit up, and she likes to drop these little bombs, if you will, just casually, because she thinks it makes it more believable. Kind of like, Amber's eaten meth. She ate meth. She ate meth crystals when she was 13. Shit like that. Things that are in her head semi-believable, but because they happened so far in the past, if she doesn't have all the details hammered out, she can just kind of be like, oh, it was so far long ago in the past, I can't remember. So now she's on top of having a very sketchy past of accusing the members of her family of SA when she was a child. Now she's going to throw in this story of her and a cousin and someone else were, when she was 15, were doing things that they shouldn't have been doing when they were 15. But we're just gonna erase that from our memory. Why did you bring it up? First off, why did you bring it up? This isn't the story. This isn't the story of a threesome, right? This is not what a threesome story is. This is her vague posting about possible SA as a child, and she'll get called on this again and again in the future if Snowflake doesn't call her out on it when he reacts to this video. And this is going to be one of those things that she's going to continuously have to defend now, because she's got a long-running history of false accusations of SA, especially SA to her as a child. And 15 is a child. I don't want to have that discussion with people. So this is going to come back and bite her in the ass. And so she better, Amber, if you're watching, you need to start hammering this story out now, because your vague bullshit of, oh, I don't want to think about it, is not going to fly. This is not a threesome. All right? A threesome is between 3 consenting adults who are of age. All right? You and 2 of your cousins going at it when you were 15 probably is not going to fall into the definition of consenting adults of age. So, anyway, I predict this one's going to come back and bite her in the ass. And this is her trying to be cute. She's trying to be cute. She's trying to be quirky. She's trying to have a little trauma story that she can throw out there so she can be like, haha, this is why I'm all effed up, you guys. I believe you're effed up. And you probably don't have to work too terribly hard to convince me that she probably did have some issues with SA as a child. Like, she had the right environment for it. She had the right kind of upbringing for it. She had the right kind of history, childhood history for it. I mean, I'm not unbelieving that she might have had problems with SA as a child, because people who have not even as much problems as she did growing up have SA stories, especially females. Like, if you can make it through your life as a female without some kind of SA story, you're living a charmed life. I honestly can't think of a single female that I know or woman that I know who doesn't have an SA story, honestly. So it's not hard for me to believe that something did happen to her. Do I believe this is it? No. And I don't believe any of the other stories she's told are true either. So
there was some things, but I was 15, so we'll just like move on from that. But
you're making it up.
We're gonna erase that from my memory. But since then, no. I assume people blow everything out of proportion when it comes to you. Oh yes, absolutely everything is blown out of proportion. Yes. Anything bad, anything that makes me look bad. Yes. You have a sweet tooth. Oh yes. You've been doing a lot of reflecting lately. Yes, I am definitely a reflector, so I have been doing that, and not gonna change anytime soon. A hernia never.
She journals a lot, guys. Did you know? She journals. She does a lot of her own prompts. That's how she's been able to treat her own BPD, is she just journals. She just makes up her own prompts and she journals about it, because she's a reflector, kind of like a bright light in the night. She is a reflector. She is the moon that does not exist, that reflects the sunlight, which may or may not actually exist. I don't know what her stance on the sun is exactly.
Yes, I am definitely a reflector, so I have been doing that, and not gonna change anytime soon. A hernia never went away. No, but they said it's nothing for me to worry about right now. Again, I'm just suffering with things that actually a lot of people suffer with. Hernia is one of them, and it's not.
How common is it to have an untreated hernia that you know you have? Like, I can understand if you don't know you have a hernia. You can't treat something you don't know you have. But how common is it to have a hernia that's large enough that you can feel it and see it pressing through your skin like she has, and not have it treated? I don't have a hernia. I don't know.
Not one of those things that needs to be fixed at the moment. So still there and still chilling. Next assumption is you're quick to forgive people. Yes, I forgive and forgive and forgive. That's just like what I've done in my life. And a lot of people always ask, like, Amberlynn, the reaction channels are like horrible towards you. Like, why do you try to message them and be friendly? Like, I remember.
Because you have a parasocial relationship with the internet and you think it is your friend and you think the people on there are your friends, even though there is literally no reason for you to believe that. Also, kind of in your own way, you're a little bit of a clout chaser, and you know some of these channels that react to you are bigger than your channel, and so you're really just trying to like get into their good graces as a way of trying to like build your own reputation. Kind of like how you constantly name drop H3H3 in the hopes that they notice that you're alive, even though they don't.
Remember, what was it? Zachary Michael was going through something like with his health, and I messaged
Name drop.
him. I like related to him, and I was like, I know it feels like it's scary to have like health issues happen, and like you don't know what's wrong, and I just know it's scary. And I felt empathy and I felt sympathy towards him for that, because I relate, and it's scary, and I could sense and see and feel in his video when he was talking about it, like he was worried. So the person.
So how many of your other viewers who have expressed that they are going through health scares, health issues, similar situations to yourself, how many of those people are you DMing privately so that you can tell them that you sympathize and you empathize and you can understand what they're going through? How many of your other audience members are you doing this to? Because otherwise, this is favoritism. This isn't empathy, and it just furthers my accusations of clout chasing. You're clout chasing through Zachary Michael. You're trying to get on Zachary Michael's good side because A, for some strange reason, you think the two of you are friends, and B, you want clout based off of Zachary Michael's channel.
That I am, like, I felt compelled to message him. I never mentioned publicly that I did that.
Until now.
I don't mention publicly when I message anyone, any YouTuber. You wouldn't believe some of the YouTubers I have spoken to who have even messaged me first. But I don't sit here and be like, yeah, this person.
Oh my God, they messaged me first, you guys. I don't necessarily reach out to them. I message them back when they reach out to me. So if I reach out to you, would you reach out back? Okay. This just furthers my belief that she has a reverse parasocial relationship with her audience. She believes that her audience and the people on the internet are her friends, and so she treats them and reacts to them as if you would to a friend. If I saw that my friend was not feeling well, I would message them and be like, hey, bestie, what's up? You know, kind of a thing, as I think most people would do. And Amber does that to very specific reactors. Zachary Michael, Alex is Shook, Jordy. Does she message anybody else that I'm aware of? And usually the boys will tell you when she has messaged them, but at the same time, they'll also mention when you're making shit up about them too. So I guess we'll find out through Zachary if you ever did actually reach out to him, because Zachary will tell us.
Message me and I message this person and we speak. Like, I don't do that, but reaction channels love to, like, when I message them, oh, they say something. So Zachary Michael
because you're usually reaching out to them to tell them bullshit or to try to clout chase.
Mentioned that I messaged him that, and people came to me. Opinions are so back and forth. Like, there's like a chunk of people who are like, ew, Amberlynn, that is so gross. Like, don't message him. Like, he wants nothing to do with you. Like, but then there's like another chunk of people who are like, why do you message him? Like, he has done wrong. Like, he has a whole channel just like making fun of you.
My obsession. You are an obsession. Who do you want me to be to make you spend time with me?
I just don't. After a while, someone doesn't even have to apologize to me. I'll accept an apology that wasn't even given. I'm not saying he needs to apologize to me. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I'm just trying to like give an example and show the gravity of like.
You're totally saying he should apologize to you. That's what this entire discussion has been about. You expect an apology from various people. When you don't get those apologies, see, look, she's in her lies on. When you don't get these apologies, you try to find ways to manufacture reasons for them to apologize, or, as you said, you'll just accept an apology that was never given. So you just make up that they've apologized to you?
People can like say bad things about me all day long, and for some reason, I still have like this part of me that like cares and is always up for a forgiveness moment. Like, I don't know. That says more about me, really, that I just kind of let people walk all over me. I don't know. I've always had that like issue type thing where I don't want to like have things just like be negative and prolonged. Like if I get in an argument with someone, like say a friend or whatever it may be, a partner, a family member, it doesn't matter. Like I don't like arguments that last forever. Like if an argument's arising, like let's fix it right then and there. Like let's fix it, say our apologies, and like move on. I'm very much that person.
You used to hound Beck anytime that you two were having any kind of disagreement. By Beck's own words, you would hound her until she caved and you guys could have whatever argument you wanted to have in that moment. That's not healthy. Beck tried to walk away because Beck needed a moment to take a breather, and you were like, no, we're going to talk about this now. You're going to talk about this now with me. We're going to talk about this now. You're going to blah, blah, blah. Can you imagine how fucking annoying that must be? And then the rest of this shit, like, I don't want an argument to last forever. No, you want to be right. I know you'll drag shit out because you feel like you deserve some kind of closure in every aspect of your life. You were texting wifey for how long after the two of you broke up? And while you were texting wifey trying to get closure, you were online dating two other women. Who another one of them, Valentine, you kept texting for closure even after you were specifically told to stop. Like, you don't want to end arguments. You want to be right, and you want closure so that you can feel like you're right. Like, you just like to bully people into either saying what you want to hear or telling you that you're right. That's not letting people walk all over you. That's not trying to fix the problem. That's beratement. That's emotional abuse. No, this is not healthy.
Person. Like I really am like, I come in peace type of girly pop, and I know a lot of
No, you don't.
people don't want to view me as that person, but that's literally me. Twinkie is with Mama Lynn. No, Twinkie is without a doubt here. And a lot of you are like, how come you're not like vlogging her? Because I'm not vlogging. Like I'm literally not vlogging. All I'm showing is like me chilling. I haven't vlogged.
You literally could have gone and gotten the dog, held the dog up to the camera, and been like, look, here's Twinkie. You could have waddled your ass over to wherever it is Inky. Twinkie is sleeping with Milo as the new dog, and where they're being best arf arf buddies and taking a picture. You could have done a million other things besides, no, Twinkie's fine, problems, trust me, bro. I don't think anything's wrong with the dog. I am not one of the conspiracy people. I don't think anything's wrong with Twinkie. I don't think Twinkie's with Mama Lynn. I don't think anything's wrong with the dog. I do think she's purposefully doing this because she likes the speculation and she likes trolling the audience like this. She's not going to show you Twinkie as long as you keep asking to see Twinkie. The more you ask and the more insistent you are to see the dog, the less she's going to show it to you. She's doing this on purpose. Also, there's nothing wrong with the dog. She would be so much more distraught if something was wrong with Twinkie.
Anything. I haven't even vlogged, like, who knows? Maybe here down is actually missing, you know? So it's like, just because you don't
You would be dead, but go on.
show something in a video doesn't mean it's not happening. Like, that's the thing that's like so, like, that's probably one of the most frustrating things about being a YouTuber, like easily top 5, is like, if people don't see my animals, or if they don't see me trying to work on my weight loss, or if they don't see me, I don't know, donating to like charities, it means those things aren't happening. That's not the case. But
guys, she totally donates to charities when you're not looking. You know what? You know who people who donate to charities don't do? Brag about donating to charities.
what's really crazy is like people can assume the worst though. Y'all don't see me and my mom fighting with each other, but you guys are definitely assuming we are. So it's like, it'll always be like that. People will always.
She's right. People do go out of their way to A, fabricate shit, and B, believe the absolute worst about her. I mean, that's something I've talked about a lot on my channel. It's just, I mean, you could say, you could start a rumor that Amber's a baby eater and people would fall over themselves to try to prove that she eats babies. Like, I know this. I've seen things like this occur over the year, well, in the 6 years that I've been watching and the year that I've been reacting. Like, she's not wrong. But the other problem is people think you're having a fight with your mom. We haven't seen your mom in 2 months. For whatever reason, people feel the need to go through her friends list on Facebook, and they have noticed that you and your mom are no longer friends on Facebook. Does your mom even have a Facebook account anymore? Or did she completely private it or something? I don't know. I'm not 100% up on this because I think it's a little weird. But that's the point. People have been following her close enough to know that there's some kind of weird thing going on between her and her mom on Facebook. Does that mean they're not friends? I don't know. But it does look weird, and you've never addressed it, even though you've been asked directly about it. So if you're not going to clarify the rumors, people are going to run with it. You know, if you're not going to try to put people straight, then people are going to speculate. And again, you've got a really bad track record of lying, making shit up, saying things are one way when they're a completely different way. It would not be unheard of for you to be sitting here and saying, no, there's no problem between my mom and I, when in the background the two of you are fighting tooth and nail with each other. That wouldn't be out of character. So that's why people speculate about this kind of shit with you, especially you and your mom, because there's a lot of suspicious behavior that would signal that you are having a conflict and you're not addressing it.
Assume the worst, and that's that. Like, that is literally the end of it. Next assumption is you don't want to lose weight anymore. I definitely do, yes. I assume you're tired of YouTube and making videos. So this kind of goes into like what I was talking about in the beginning of this video, if you guys are even still here. Wow.
Okay, so there is somebody moving around in the background.
YouTube for me, I love pretty much everything about it. I love thinking of video ideas. I love vlogging. I love talking.
I believe you love talking. When have you ever thought up a video idea? You just turn the camera on, vomit in front of it, and then edit it kind of, and then upload it. And we've been blessed these last 3 videos to have anything over 8 minutes. So, and even these videos have been very low effort videos. So
I love sharing with you guys. I love talking to you guys. I've made friends with you guys. I see you guys in public and you guys are sweet.
Cat butt.
Sweet, and you guys are amazing. Like, this is my job. This puts a roof over my head, and I'm so grateful, like beyond grateful for you guys, and it has changed my life for the better. But there's a big but. There's a
cat butt is what there is.
Side of YouTube. Look at his tail. Look at this beautiful tail. There is a heavy side of YouTube that I don't want to be a part of. That's the side that I don't like. That's the side that I don't enjoy. That's the side that makes me, it makes me depressed. It makes me sad. I feel like I've been abused so much online that I just don't even recognize who I am as a YouTuber anymore, because it has completely shaped the way that I am. It has shaped me completely. I feel like I can't be fun. I can't be bubbly on here. I can't share super happy and exciting things on here anymore. Like, I can't do that because I feel like I can't show that side of me, because it's like in the back of my brain, I'm constantly thinking about the bad parts of YouTube.
Therapy. And also, like I was ranting about at the beginning, don't interact with it. If you want to get on here and you want to be bubbly and stupid and vapid and pointless, knock yourself out. I have said a million times, if you want to get on here and start doing mukbangs, go for it. It's your channel. You can do whatever you want, and we're going to watch. So don't interact with the people that are making you. Don't send Zach and Alex and Jordy and Nikocado Avocado, don't be sending them messages and then getting mad when they react to you. Like, don't interact with the channels that are reacting to you. Even a channel that is reacting to you in the most baby kind of way is eventually going to say something that's not going to sit well with you. Don't interact with reaction channels when they're reacting to you. Don't go on the YouTube groups that are designed specifically just to talk about you. Don't go to the farms searching for your thread there. These are things that you should do to preserve your mental health if you really gave a shit. But all you can focus on is the negative, which tells me that your interactions online are not as positive as you seem to think they are. You know, you wouldn't need Damian White if you weren't preoccupied with the negative aspects of your reputation online. Okay? Like, who cares? Alexander Rodriguez doesn't give a shit. Anna doesn't give too much of a shit. You know? You and Foodie eat it up. Like, you guys can't let it go. Like, the more negative stuff is out there, the more the two of you just want to consume. And maybe that's part of the reason that you guys are like as big as you are, because you don't have the self-discipline to not do it. You need that negative feeling at all times inside of you. And I don't understand that. But no, girl.
Instead of just the good. I have thought of the good for so long and for so many years. And it's like now getting to the point where it's like the bad is outweighing the good big time. And I'm trying to figure out in private and in alone, what do I do to fix that? What do I need to do?
Ignore it. Don't get online and tell people that you think Mr. Snowflake has a gross German-fested beard. It's just going to A, get back to him, and B, start... You know how on the school ground, back in high school, I don't know how many of you had to deal with this, but you know, back in high school, and you would have that one person that you and them just can't stand the fact that the other one exists, let alone shares the same air as you. And of course, you know, you always had like those one or two friends that just loved stirring shit. And they'd come up to you at lunch or in the hallway in between classes, and they'd be like, well, so-and-so said this and this about you. And of course, because it's high school and you don't have the brain power to not react this way, you're like, oh my God, well, they're X, Y, and Z then. And of course, these friends of yours will now skimper off, and they'll go find whoever that is and be like, so-and-so said X, Y, and Z about you. And then they just play a game of telephone back and forth. And if there wasn't something happening between you and so, they'd make shit up just so that the two of you would get angry at each other. And then eventually, sometimes, it leads to an actual like confrontation. And the two of you are now surrounded by children and they're all chanting, fight, fight, fight. And the two of you are like sizing each other up before the teacher shows up to tell you guys you can't have a fight. You guys remember that from high school, or is it just me? Anyway. That is Amber and reaction channels and her audience in a nutshell. Reaction channels and Amber, we're the two that are like, we can't share the same space together, right? Kind of a thing. And the community at large is the ones that are running back and forth. What do you think about Mr. Snowflake? Oh, Mr. Snowflake, Amber said that you have a germy beard. Oh, Amber, Mr. Snowflake says that you lie all the time. Oh, Mr. Snowflake, Amber says that you're making shit up. And it's a game of telephone between the reaction channels and Amber and the people, the commentary back and forth. That's all that's happening here. And I probably just like overshared way too much, but at the same time, I know I'm not the only person that had that issue in high school, so. Oh my God, high school was so long ago, but I can't get over it. I'm a 40-year-old woman who's going to go play. What was she listening to? The Wicked soundtrack of, well, I forget. I've never seen Wicked either, and I've completely ruined my own joke, so onward.
And I can't figure it out because I'm only in control of myself. I'm not in control of everyone else. So no matter what I say and no matter what I do, there are thousands of people watching me that only view me as one thing, a villain, that only view me in one way, a narcissist, who only view this channel in one way, a drama way. I'm not a drama channel. I am a human. I am an actual human with feelings. I go through things privately and I also share some things publicly. Okay, you guys, so I know for a fact in editing, I probably just edited out the last 5 minutes. I started literally rambling. So we're gonna take a step back. What I'm trying to say is like,
She can learn.
I enjoy the good parts of YouTube just as anyone should. Like, anyone should enjoy and love the good parts of life. But if there's something or someone that is just like every day beating at you and belittling you and questioning and speculating and bullying and rumors and just like mean things, like whether it's nicknames or talking about your body or the way that you are, the way that you talk, your mental illness, your this and that, like every day, you're not going to want that in your life anymore. And I know a lot of people can be like, okay, quit and quit. I think Hungry Fat Chick and I, we kind of understand each other. Her job.
No, you don't. And don't bring Candy into this. Stop name dropping. I do think here, she's about to compare herself to Hungry Fat Chick, and she's going to completely miss the point that people like Candy. Like, well, legitimately, and also the person Candy. They like Hungry Fat Chick. She has her struggles. She did not succeed on her own weight loss. She has health issues. And she's very aware that the lifestyle that she has chosen is causing her a lot of problems in the near future. Like, she understands all this. But you very, very, very rarely hear anybody say anything bad about her. She's, we can sit here and we can acknowledge she's a morbidly obese woman who likes to do mukbangs on the internet, and she's probably going to eat herself into an early grave. But she's a very nice person. She's a nice person. I can't think of a single bad thing that I have ever heard anybody say about Hungry Fat Chick other than she wasn't able to stick to her diet and she went back to doing mukbangs even though she desperately needed to lose weight. I've never heard anything else negative about Candy. Don't get me wrong, I don't sit on the internet and I don't go dig for it either. I'm sure if I did, there's probably all kinds of nasty things that I can find. But the fact that that stuff's not front and center when you hear people talk about Hungry Fat Chick means that it's less common than the nice things people have to say. Amber is the exact opposite. Amber has a problem that she has lied and manipulated and fabricated for so long that it has caught up with her. Maybe she has, in her wise 33 years, finally learned to stop doing some of that shit. Up for debate. But past is prologue. People are judging her based on her past behaviors, as we do for everyone. Everyone gets judged that way. People judge me that way. People judge you that way. Everybody's going to get judged that way, right? Unless you're a total stranger. And then first and second impressions and all that. Amber has a long-running history of lying, of doubling down on lies, of attempting to gaslight and manipulate her audience in ways that are evident and like verifiably false. And so the thing with Amber is there's more negative stuff about Amber than there is positive stuff about. I can't think of a single positive thing that anyone has ever told me about Amber. I really can't think of a single positive thing. And I'm trying. And that's kind of my point. With Candy, people say, I always hear nice things about Candy. Granted, she's got issues. She's got problems. We can all acknowledge that. She acknowledges it. Okay? Amber, same issues, same problems, won't admit it, won't take responsibility for it, blames everybody else but herself, and has a history of being a nasty person. And you will find more stuff about her being a liar and a nasty person than you will find anything positive.
Also YouTube, but she does mukbangs. So she decided to quit the mukbangs and move on to weight loss. And she was doing so good with her weight loss, but she was losing views, which means she was losing money. And she was very vocal about that. So she had to go back to the mukbangs. And that's not what
she didn't have to. She chose to. Candy could have kept going, but she was taking a hit financially, and she's not in the best financial position to begin with. So yeah, losing money was not optimal for her. She probably would have eventually gotten those views back as she improved with her weight loss and her health and overall, because people do like a good success story. But unfortunately, a lot of Candy's audience is feeders, and people who enjoy watching her do mukbangs. So when she hard shifted her content away from what she had built the channel on, she lost views because that's not what she built the channel on. If I decided tomorrow that this channel is just going to be gaming and all I'm ever going to do on this channel from here on out is gaming, I would lose a good chunk of my viewers because that's not what you guys are watching this channel for, right? I might still keep some people, and I would eventually, hopefully, get people watching who wanted to see gaming content, but I would take a hit. And that's true of any channel, right?
What she wanted to do, you could tell, like she felt defeated. And there comes a time where anyone can choose a job, they do it, and that's what they're relying on. Like they have to go to work. In the same way that hungry fat chick had to continue making those mukbangs.
Again, she didn't have to
make a buck, to be able to pay for the roof over her head and to take care of herself. I also have to do the same. Like,
you have to do mukbangs in order to pay for the roof over your head and to take care of yourself? I wonder how long it's going to be before she starts doing mukbangs for real. Because I believe that she will eventually get back to it. Because she wants to do it. She's always wanted to do mukbangs. It made her really mad when she had to stop doing them because she was getting so much negative feedback on them. So I wonder now that she's with Tommy, and Tommy's a feeder and is okay with this kind of content, I wonder how long it's going to take before she starts doing mukbangs.
I need to continue making YouTube videos. I don't want to give up. I don't want to walk away. Like YouTube has been a constant for me for 11 years, but sometimes I need a break, and sometimes that break is long, and people start questioning, well, that means you don't care about us. That's not true. That means
people say you don't care about us because if you knew that you were going to take a week or two off, you would have left a community post about, hey guys, I'm going to be on vacation for 2 weeks. Channels that are a fraction of your size. I'm thinking of like Colin Mockery, very popular, smaller channel, really deserves more views than he gets. Even he stepped away for a little while because he was working on other projects and, you know, life. And even he posted, hey guys, I'm going to be taking some time off because I need to work on XYZ. I'll keep you guys updated. And when the time that he thought it was going to take, because he's still kind of on sabbatical from the channel right now, even when that time came that he was like, oh, I said I was going to be gone for like a week or two, and now I'm going to be gone even longer, he left another community post saying, I'm going to be gone longer than I was expecting, you know, but I'm still here. I'm still working on these projects. You just stop. You're just like cold turkey. You don't tell anybody anything. You vanish. You don't tell us how long you're going to be gone. You don't tell us when you're expected to be back. You don't even tell us why you've left. But you're on Instagram posting daily. You're on TikTok posting hourly. Like, you drop YouTube like a hot fucking potato at any point. No warning, no explanation. And then you'll come back eventually and be like, oh my God, you guys, I was gone. No shit. That's why people don't think you care.
I just care about myself too. I also get the assumption of like, what are you going to do? You have no money. How are you making money? I pay my bills. That's ultimately up to me, but just know that I am very responsible. If I have a bill, that is paid on time. Sometimes even earlier. You guys don't have to worry about that. But like, when I need a break from YouTube, that really means that I need a break from YouTube because I love making videos. Maybe I am a narcissist. Maybe I do love to hear myself talk. Regardless, I love doing it. And I love being there for so many of you. So when I'm not around, just know that there's a reason. And the reason 9 times out of 10, YouTube is affecting my mental health.
Whenever you decide to take one of your big ass long sabbaticals, even if it's just like the next day, you need to leave us a note. I don't often say, I am actually one of the first people to say, she doesn't know a shit. You kind of do owe us at least a, hey, heads up, I'm going to be gone kind of a thing, right? I don't usually worry when she drops off the planet because I know it's mostly like a stunt. It's a stunt for her. She does this to build up drama. She uses it to troll the audience. She uses it because she knows that first video that she makes when she comes back is going to be one of her highest viewed videos. This is a strategy for her, right? So I don't worry about it too much. But I know a lot of other people do.
I don't like to admit it out loud because I take pride. I take pride in my channel. I know a lot of people probably don't realize that, but I do.
I wouldn't know.
I have over 200,000 subscribers. Like, I can't believe it. I am able to live because of this channel. And to me, that is awesome. Like, regardless of how it happened, it happened. And I know there's so many people rooting for me right now. Like, it makes me emotional.
Oh my god. I'm gonna fake cry to show you how much I actually appreciate my YouTube channel. Sorry, I actually hurt myself. My bad. Does she have enough viewers to get a gold button? I know she's got her silver button. How many subscribers do you have to have for gold? So, I don't know what those numbers are, but I feel like she probably should have a gold button. I don't know. I can't remember.
And I appreciate it.
I appreciate it so much. I can't even squeeze out an actual tear.
But there's a heavy side of this channel that gets to me.
Just
a
like
lot
that.
of people are like, Tommy's making her unhappy. No, she's doing the opposite. She's making me happy. It's YouTube that's making me unhappy. So I'm needing to figure it out. Sorry, I'm gonna stop rambling about
It is you who are the ball lickers.
that. I hope that lands in the right people's hearts. I know that not everyone listening to me right now cares about me. They like to act like they do, but they don't. All right, we need to do a hard stop on that conversation. I literally feel like that could be a whole separate video.
Do it. Do it. I will react to that one. Do it. I will sit there. You know what? I will sit there and I will get out the 48 laws of power, and we will sit there and work our way down all 48 laws of power and compare and contrast how you are using various manipulation tactics in order to control the narrative of your channel. Fucking do it. We will go. I don't care how long that video will take to record. It will be a bitch to edit, but we will do it, Amber. I promise you. You will not walk away unscathed from that one.
But it also brings me to my next assumption, where it was you're still really depressed. No, I'm finally getting out of it. So yay. You have had COVID
I woke up yesterday and I realized that I have to pay my bills, so I decided I wasn't depressed anymore.
before. I have not. Knock on some wood, please. So the next one is you have oh yay.
Sorry, what
You have
was
had
that?
also brings me to my next assumption, where it was you're still really depressed. No, I'm finally getting out of it. So yay. You have had COVID before. I have not. Knock on some wood, please. So the next one
I think that is actually one of the few things she hasn't had. She was she said she was terrified that she was going to get COVID, so she couldn't leave the house, and so she made Beck go do all of the running around, which she would have done anyway. So I don't know why COVID was just the convenient excuse, but I don't think she has had COVID. Lucky. Shit, if she got COVID, especially early, one of the early people that got COVID, I don't think she'd still be here.
one is you have to sit in 2 chairs. So this one's funny because it's, again, another rumor, because you guys saw me sitting here and then you saw this chair. I'm sitting at a dining room table. So I was like sitting like this, I think. And you guys were like, she's sitting on 2 chairs. Literally, no. I'm not going to move at all. Show you guys. This is just a separate chair.
Why is it so close to that chair? People think you're sitting in 2 chairs because the 2 chairs were literally touching. Like they were side by side, no gap between them. You're not proving anything other than that you can temporarily sit in 1 chair. Girl, you were sitting in 2 chairs. This is what we're talking about.
It just happens to be sitting right next to me. See, I'm on 1 chair. I'm currently sitting on a blanket because these chairs are hard on my booty. I need to get a cushion or something. But literally, no.
I picked the most uncomfortable spot in the house to do my videos at. And also, I'm totally not sitting on 2 chairs.
It's just because it's a dining room table, so there's 2 chairs. Anyways, this video is long enough. Literally, it's almost 40 minutes, so I'm gonna have to edit out like a lot. So I hope that you
Girl, just post a 40-minute video. I mean, it'd be a bitch to react to, but post it. I want to see it.
guys did enjoy this video, though, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
I don't know how long this video is because I can't see the little counter right at the moment. I assume it's fairly long, but here we are. Amber does Q&A videos like this pretty regularly, especially when she like runs out of content, because I know she says she's a planning girly, but she's not. So she's clearly run out of things to talk about. Her and Tommy are clearly not going out anymore like they were doing because we haven't seen her leave the house. We haven't seen her move from this spot. It's entirely possible she's just changing her shirt and recording all of these one at a time. Maybe. I don't know. She's done that in the past. So we've learned nothing new. She's in the deny phase of all of this. We still don't know why she hasn't gone home yet. She's saying there's nothing wrong with her and Mama Lynn, but she's not explaining anything that's going on. I'm trying to think of like if anything really significant came out of this, because I feel like I'm going to have to edit some of my ranting out. But for the most part, we didn't really learn anything new. Amber is assuring us that she loves YouTube and that she loves her audience, and that she's not making videos because of the haters and because her mentals were low because of the haters, and she doesn't feel like she can share anything because of the haters. And girl, stop listening to the haters. As you said, you have over 200k subscribers. Like, you almost have 250k subscribers. They can't all be hate watching. Honestly, I can't think of anything else to say that I didn't already say in the reaction. So let's all stare at Ida for a little while because she is absolutely adorable. And yeah. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, so thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you to everybody who is supporting Ida. So there's that, and... oh, you need an emoji. Oh, because I feel mean. Leave a crying emoji or a crybaby emoji in the comment section. That is your emoji. I would say cat, but I've used cat a lot. And we have Ida here now. So this is the mascot. So your emoji is a crying emoji or a crybaby emoji. Again, thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. And I will see everyone in the next one. Bye!
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.